How you doing? I'm Dr. Paul, and we're going to go over the healthy mind. I did a little clip the other day about what the healthy mind is. What we want to do here is to just go over a couple things, right? So, when I talk about the healthy mind, when I'm talking about the healthy mind, I am talking about understanding your mind. Now, we have my little brain here. I did a little chemical thing with the brain, and and when we talk about the brain, we talk about a lot of things of muscles and chemicals and neurons and pons and the ganglias and everything that's in the process of the brain. But when we talk about a healthy mind, because I think in this time, and you may have heard me say this before, I think in this time we are grieving. And if we are grieving, then there's things that is making us a little bit unhealthy. And the reason why I say it's unhealthy is because it is causing conflict. And conflict is not good or bad, but when we start not understanding where our mind process is going, then we kind of miss of what's going on. And if we miss what's going on, then how do we know our history of where our mind is developing its process? Because your mind has a process through education, through environment, through experiences, and through energy, and through expectations. And I call that the 5 E's. And if you have the 5 E's, then you have expectations that you're resulting in things that you didn't want to be there, right? And then for you not wanting to be there or expecting to be something else. So when I first want to talk about is the rational mind. So with the rational mind, we have different things that we're going through now. We have the crisis, and in crisis sometimes we have worry, and then also with the rational mind, we also want to fix it. These things we're not trying to fix. I just want you to learn how to question, why do I think this way of thought? I'll say that again. Why do I think this way of thought? And what I mean by why, you ask yourself these questions. Why do I think this way of thought? Do you know how your process was developed? Because if you're unsure about how your process was developed, then what processors are running who? It's literally like driving a car. If you're driving your car and you take your foot off the gas and off the steering wheel and cross your arms, and I know they have autonomous cars, and it drives and gets to wherever you think it's going, because you want to go to the 7-Eleven, but it goes to Home Depot, you're not going to understand why I got there. Well, your brain does those things too, because it has developed process called from the 5 E's. And those 5 E's really connect to those 5 sensors, right? Because you have your eyesight, your touch, your smell, your taste, right? These 5 senses and these 5 emotional blocks, if they're not in sync, and that's where the healthy mind comes from. Now, there's 3 parts of the mind. You have the emotional mind, the wise mind, the rational mind. So if you're unsure about where these processes come from, then what's running what? A healthy mind understands its process. That's all. A healthy mind understands its process. And when you talk about rational mind, a lot of times we try to live up in the prefrontal cortex area. And that part of that area there has a lot to do with rational thought or cognitive thought or fixing, understanding, like it goes in this slot and that slot, okay? But you also have a creative side, and learning both of those hemispheres, that's important. Learning both of those hemispheres is really key to understanding how the mind is helping you. I want this to help you. I want these processes to help you. I'll figure out a better way that you can also ask me questions. You can always comment, and you always contact me at drpaullholisticscience.com. So, let's get more into developing the healthy mind. We'll get more into the rational mind again in another day. I'll see you tomorrow. God bless.